Crew reporting they're ready to go. The vehicle on internal power. The first umbilical tower separating from the booster. Just under 30 seconds from launch.
Auto sequence initiated. Copy.
The second umbilical now separating from the tower, marking less than 15 seconds. The engine's igniting. Ramping up.
Light speed. Engines at maximum thrust.
And liftoff. The year in space starts now. Kelly, Kornienko, and Padalka on their way towards the International Space Station.
Thrusters are in the elevated mode. Copy, everything is fine on board. We are feeling good.
Getting good first stage performance. The Soyuz delivering about 930,000 pounds of thrust through its 4 strap-on boosters and single engine.
The thrusters of the first stage are operating nominally. Copy, everything.
Getting reports, nominal operation. The first stage measuring 68 feet in length and 24 feet in diameter, burning liquid fuel for the first 2 minutes and 6 seconds into the flight.
Radially, copy. 40 seconds into the flight, stabilization is stable.
Continuing to get views from the cabin inside, as you heard NASA astronaut Reed Wiseman, a fairly smooth flight into orbit for these crew members.
60 seconds. Pitch, yaw, and roll are all nominal. Copy. We feel
As we come up on 70 seconds into the flight, the velocity will be just around 1,100 miles per hour. Continuing to get good data from the Soyuz craft.
80 seconds. All parameters of the control system are nominal.
The crew looking good inside. Again, Padalka in the center, Kornienko on the top of your screen.
Eight 100 seconds. All parameters of the structure are nominal. Copy, everything is fine on board. We are feeling good. The shroud has been jettisoned. Copy. The first stage has separated.
So at this point, the escape tower end has been jettisoned, and the 4 strap-on boosters of the first stage have also been jettisoned. Completing their drop, they've dropped away at an altitude of about 28 statute miles. Soyuz right now traveling at about 3,350 miles an hour.
150.
Continuing to hear good things from the mission controllers over in the Russian Mission Control Center in Koryov. The crew continuing to feed reports in good health, the vehicle operating flawlessly so far.
Copy.
So at this point, we're over 3 minutes into launch. Since launch, Soyuz craft now passing a speed of over 4,700 miles an hour. Getting a look now at NASA astronaut Scott Kelly there in the right seat. Giving a big thumbs up.
200 seconds into the flight. The thrusters of the second stage are functioning nominally. Copy. Everything is fine on board. We are feeling good.
So the core stage, which makes up both the first and the second, is continuing to perform as expected. That core stage, 56 feet in length, 13.5 feet in diameter, has 1 single engine with 4 fuel chambers, and is able to provide between 178,000 and 222,000 pounds of thrust, depending on the altitude and the outside pressure. It's going to fire for 3 minutes and 28 seconds.
Copy.
It'll burn until the 4-minute, 43-second mark, and then the Soyuz will use what's known as a hot stage technique, where the third stage will ignite while the second is still burning. This being the reason for the Soyuz to have that small open area in between the second and third stages.
260 seconds into the flight. The parameters of this structure are nominal. Copy. Everything is fine on board. We are good.
And everything's still looking flawless for this launch. Getting close now to third stage ignite and second stage shutdown.
Second stage separation. Copy.
And there you hear it, the second stage confirmed to be separated. That core booster separated in an altitude of about 105 statute miles. Soyuz now being propelled by the single engine of the third stage, providing just a little over 67,000 pounds of thrust. That's going to burn for 4 minutes and 2 seconds.
There is the activation of TV system in SA. Yes, we observe the commander and flight engineer on our monitors. 330 seconds into the flight, the thruster of the second stage are functioning nominally. Confirm L5, the automated descent. We confirm.
So just past the 6-minute mark, everything continuing to look good from launch all the way now until third stage. Getting nothing but good readings from the controllers over in Koryov and the Russian MCC.
70 seconds.
Soyuz being propelled by that third stage right now, which fires for 4 minutes and 2 seconds. Expect it to fire for about another minute or so. Or rather, 2 minutes.
.400 seconds into the flight. Everything is stable.
And Podolka there in that center seat commanding the Soyuz as it continues to watch over its systems while it makes this flight into orbit. We're over 7 minutes, 15 seconds now since liftoff.
The thrusters of the second stage are functioning nominally. Copy. Everything is fine on board. No issues. Inaudible.
Right about now, the Soyuz already traveling at a speed of almost 13,500 miles an hour. Just a little over 7.5 minutes now since liftoff. Everything continuing to look great. These 3 crew members are well on their way towards their initial orbit.
460 seconds into the...
Once the third stage delivers the craft into orbit, the module will be separated.
Copy.
And all those pre-programmed commands will be executed to prepare the Soyuz for all of its orbital operations. This will bring up a number of the systems to be automatically activated by the onboard computers at very precise times. And just about 30 seconds or so away from third stage cutoff and separation.
500 seconds into the flight. Everything is nominal. Everything is fine on board as well. We have KO and KTK 3.
And third stage separation confirmed. You can see the Snowman giving a view that microgravity is indeed the new home for these three space flyers. The single liquid-fueled engine shut down on the third stage, dropping away at an altitude of about 125 statute miles. It performs a quick avoidance maneuver by opening a valve in its liquid oxygen tank.
Altair, Moscow, how copy?
Soyuz craft now separated, the crew inside safely in orbit, getting ready to execute all those pre-programmed commands, deploying the antennas and the solar arrays, which will provide power to the batteries on board the craft throughout its upcoming chase towards the International Space Station.
Everything is fine on board. How copy? We copy you, Altair.
And so for now, we'll stand by for confirmation of that solar array and antenna deploy. But the spacecraft orbiting at its initial altitude of about 143 miles by 118 miles. That orbit going to be raised systematically over the course of the next 6 hours as it chases down the International Space Station.
We are ready to report Form 3799818 is in BOR and 862 is the third parameter. How copy? We copied all. Thank you. We'll proceed working on the ODF.
And this a view from the control panel that Commander Padalka is looking at inside the craft right now. Control of the spacecraft from here on out was being overseen by the Russian Mission Control Center just outside of Moscow. And so just receiving another confirmation that the solar arrays have indeed deployed and all the antennas, again, those navigation and communication antennas being some of the first things out, and the solar arrays, which are going to be used to collect power for use by the onboard batteries, generating electricity for all the Soyuz systems.
Yes, copy.
First antennas out, the Core's rendezvous and docking antennas, which are going to be used a little bit later this evening after the Soyuz completes its chase of the International Space Station. The Core's antennas feeding in all the automatic range and rate of closure information as it does its final approach towards that Poisk module where the Soyuz is going to be docking.
We deactivated the repress Moscow. Okay, we copy that you deactivated the repress. Okay, let's proceed working on the procedure. Moscow, please receive our report on the data. Go ahead. 17th parameter. 18.0, 17.9, 269, 2.0, 08, 321, 326, 178, 176, 270, 880 is the propellant. How copy? We received your report on the form. We start checking the
And again, this is a look at the commander's display inside that Soyuz craft. Gennady Padalka in the commander's seat. Beside him, Scott Kelly, Mikhail Kornienko on their way. A year in space now begun. All the solar arrays and antennas on the vehicle deployed successfully.